Well, a couple years ago, I started a little thing after Willa died about, I called it therapy. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to add another video. LunaJo passed away today. And I'm having a little bit of a struggle trying to figure out why I'm not more upset. I love those girls equal. Well, maybe I love Willa more. But I certainly did love Luna. I'm hoping maybe it's because I'm more prepared this time. I was almost we went to the vet and we knew the only option is Luna was going to pass. The problem was we have the boys at home. Roscoe was very upset. If you're not a dog person, you won't understand. But Roscoe, when we rescued him, looked over the girls like he was their caretaker. I mean, he was always watching out for them. Tina would put them in the wagon that she used to go to the root beer stand with, or down to the store, and Roscoe would walk alongside. When she would go in, like to the laundromat, Roscoe would sit right there with them, either under the wagon or next to it, watching the girls, so they didn't get into trouble. Rocky was laying on the couch next to Luna, and he was very upset that we were not taking care of Luna. He just didn't understand why we were just sitting there. Coco was also pretty upset. The only one who didn't really understand or didn't notice was Bo, her son. But I think he knew. I think all the dogs knew. And I know damn well Luna knew, because I would take her outside to go potty. She would go potty, and then she would walk towards the woods and crawl into the grass and lay down. Growing up around animals, I've learned that animals know when they're going to die. They know. And they try to distance themselves from the rest of the herd, the pack, whatever, because they don't want to become a burden to them. So, that being said, Luna has passed away today due to ketoacidosis. I think that's what it was. Basically, her blood chemistry was totally fucked. Her kidneys quit working, her liver quit functioning properly. It may have been an issue of she had a unknown case of diabetes, which she never showed. We never saw it in her. But because of this, her liver stopped producing the, whatever you want to call it, that tells her marrow to produce new red blood cells. Because of that, she became severely anemic. So it didn't matter how much she was eating, how much sugar she was taking. Actually, she had a lot of sugar in her system. And that's suspected because she was diabetic. Was the diabetes the cause of this? Probably not. But she was 10 years old. Willa passed away just before she turned 8, or just after she turned 8. Willa passed away too young. But doing research on her mixed breed, the average age is between 12 and 14. A lot of the people are saying health problems really start showing up between 10 and 12 years old. Yet again, I was not aware of some of this information. It wasn't until just 48 hours ago that I literally buried myself into the dog version of WebMD and the Shih Tzu and the Bichon Free breed. I was completely unaware of some of the things about their breed. So, I have lost the last of my co-drivers. Willa and Luna went everywhere with me. When I was driving truck, I would leave in the morning, 4 or 5 in the morning, and they would be standing at the door, ready to go. We, some nights, didn't get home until 8, 9 o'clock at night, sometimes later. They loved every single day. When we became homeless, we had to live in a hotel for almost a year. Never had a problem with them. As a matter of fact, the management of the hotel told us when we moved in that if there was ever a problem, they would have to leave. They completely forgot they were there. They actually caught us one rainy day down at the far end of the hall playing ball because the girls couldn't go outside to exercise. So we were throwing a ball back and forth. And they had completely forgot that they were there. We used to get the staff, the cleaning staff, would come down when they would find abandoned pet supplies left in rooms. They would bring them down to us. We had another woman who was staying there for an extended period of time. She brought her dog down to stay with us while she was going to an interview. And that was something because she got the job and she was able to afford to move out. That was a big thing for her. When we moved out and we got our place in Augusta, the wife rescued Roscoe. And from then on, Luna and Willa no longer rode with me because I just couldn't take all 3 of them in the truck. Roscoe's a bigger dog. He sheds a lot. And I have to share the truck with another driver once in a while, and he gets absolutely pissed. So, I couldn't do it anymore. I may have upset my boss at work, missing a day of work 2 days ago, when that was the first time we took Luna in. And he called and kind of threatened me while I was literally grabbing the handle of the clinic to walk in. He told me that I had to come back in or don't bother coming back. It's not his exact words, but it was pretty close. When I got done with my appointment, I called Mike, the owner of the business, and told him that what had happened and that if this was his wishes, then he needs to officially write it down and mail it to me. And that didn't happen. As a matter of fact, today I called him and told him that Luna had passed and I was probably going to need a day off from work, which didn't really matter because things were so badly screwed up anyways. That wasn't going to be a problem. Now, I do plan on being at work on Friday. it was very difficult for me to keep it together when Willa had passed. And as I'm doing this video, I'm struggling a little bit myself. But I have Roscoe, Coco, Rocky, and Bo to worry about now. Wife has even suggested that I start taking Bo to work with me. No. I'll have to get him trained to be on a leash first, because the girls were actually what I call off-leash trained, which means I could tell them to walk to the door, and they would walk to the door, and they would sit, and they would wait for me. And it didn't matter what distractions happened or anything, they would wait. If somebody came and opened the door, they would wait. Unless, of course, it was Tanya. If it was Tanya, then they would immediately run in the door and run back to her office, because Tanya answering the door meant treats. And they were treat whores. They love their treats. So, things are going to be different. We are one dog less, which is a good thing because we had too many, and the city was getting upset at us. They haven't officially done or said anything about it, but we knew all along that this day was coming. Maybe that's why I'm not so upset. Now, I know my wife is very upset, and for God's sakes, I completely understand. I was a fucking mess when Willa passed. And Luna was always her dog. Willa was mine. We'd walk together, and Luna was always with her mother, was always with Tina, and Willa was always with me. It's just the way it always was. It wasn't until just recently that Luna started spending more and more time with me, because Mama had the other dogs that she was taking care of, and maybe Luna felt that she wasn't loved anymore. I hope that wasn't it, because we always loved her. No, we're not getting any more dogs. And it's not because, we don't want to have another dog die on us. Well, it's going to happen. I got 4 other. I know what's going to happen. Now, I knew all along that I was going to see another dog die. I just wasn't expecting it to happen this quickly. I cannot do this again. When our family is less the dogs, there will be no more. I don't expect to be here then at that point. Given my health, I don't think that I will see the death of any of the other dogs of natural causes. No, maybe something catastrophic may happen and we may have to make the decision again. But it has always been quality of life versus over my desire. Actually, let me go back a little bit. Today, no, that's a lie. Today, my wife knew that Luna was going to pass. She didn't admit it to herself, but she was trying to make me admit it. And while we were in the vet discussing the plan, and I was talking to the vet, and I told her that quality of life meant a lot to me, and I didn't want her suffering. But we had the 4 other dogs at home, and they really looked up to Luna as a mother, specifically her own son. But the other dogs really respected her, so to speak. And Rocky and Roscoe both were very confused on why Luna was sick. So I made the decision on my own and convinced my wife. Maybe I didn't convince her. Maybe I was selfish and did it myself. Maybe I did it just from my own selfishness. We gave Luna some medicine to make her comfortable. Not to put her under, but to make her comfortable. And to take care of her nausea. And we were going to bring her home. And the vet was going to make arrangements so that way we could bring Luna in tomorrow, or she would come to the house. We're only a few blocks from the clinic. It would be nothing for the doctor to swing by. And she agreed. We left the clinic, and Luna was kind of sleeping. We were only a mile or 2 away, and she started seizing. And it was at that point where the quality of life was no longer there. So I called the clinic and told them that I was turning around and coming back. Luna passed away today, March 12th, at 15:25 hours Central Time. She died in my arms as I was sitting on the floor. I was bawling like a baby, and I'm not ashamed. I do not hold any ill will towards the doctor or any of the staff or the clinic. I know they did their best. I was expecting this to happen. I was hoping we would have a few more hours. But it is what it is. Luna will be cremated. I will take care of the little memorial that I have up there. I have Willa's stuff up here. That's a weighted vest for Willa's anxiety. She used to wear that when there were thunderstorms. It would help her calm down. But there's some other things up there that were significant for her. That yellow stocking cap I got from snowplow company, Boss Plows. Willa would wear it when we were snowplowing, and I called her the boss. Rebecca put it on her the first time, and it just kind of stuck. I have the 4 boys to take care of now. But I really think that the 4 boys are going to be taking care of me. I don't know what the future has in store. But no more dogs. I can't lose this much love again.